So it is time to prepare to trade the best setups at the best prices. I'm going to be walking you through step by step how to determine and confirm if the overall trend is going to be bullish or bearish heading into tomorrow, and how to capitalize on that trend using the proper confirmations and using the key levels of interest on where we're planning to trade at. I'm going to walk you through the newly updated game plan step by step. Before we get into that, I would like to quickly address, I'm going to be going over the trades that we ended up making and the mistakes that I ended up making on Friday. In terms of Friday's trading session, G-Roar absolutely crushed it. He had a swing trade on Tesla calls where we sold at market open for over a 700% profit return from 50 cents to nearly 400 cents plus a contract. Then from there was another win. Then after that, the power hour trading YOLO session did not work out. Now, in terms of my own personal trades that I did end up alerting on Friday, the game plan, the last one that I posted, did not end up working out on the overall call side. You guys are well aware that I was planning to buy call options for an overall strong bullish trend day if the market does gap up. It did end up gapping up, but we did not get that strong bullish trend day. However, the bearish scenario did end up playing out to an exact T, because I had literally stated that once we go under, 647, market's going to have a very, very sharp drop. And then from there, it's going to recover 2 points plus from the lows, which it did end up doing. So if you follow the entire game plan to a T, you could have ended up going from red to green. Me personally, I stopped trading because in terms of my overall trading, I had 2 losses on calls, and I did end up adding to the losers, which doubled the loss. And then from there, I already hit my max loss on the day. So I decided to just stop trading because I didn't want to flip green to red on the entirety of the week, because we had such an amazing week, and taking that unnecessary risk is simply unnecessary. In terms of Fridays, the goal is to end them on the green if you trade, but you want to end the entire week green, so you have to make sure you have your risk management in contact. So with that being said, I'm going to be going over the trades that we ended up making towards the end of this video. Like I said, the main mistake I made was having too strong of a conviction on the game plan and not using confirmations. But literally, in terms of my game plan, it was just to go with my thesis. I really didn't want to use confirmations. I was just sold on the overall idea, and I was comfortable with the risk that I was taking, that I just wanted to get in on the overall game plan, even if there was a confirmations, right? But if you want the smoothest experience and the highest win rate, it truly is best to use the confirmations, unless we're at like an unreal level where you just automatically get in. And in terms of overall game plan, we were not at like unreal levels to be buying calls for oversold dipping opportunities. It was more of just, trying to capture a pattern, trying to capture a trend, expecting that history to repeat itself for a similar situation on Wednesday. That did not repeat itself, but we crushed it on Wednesday, so you should have not have given back Wednesday's gains on Fridays. Plus, we had a 700% return on Tesla swing, so that's already more than green enough for you to walk away and call it for a day. And if you choose to keep on trading, then the most risk 25 to 50% of your gains. So, like I said, in terms of that just being red, it was adding to losers and not using confirmations. If you want the highest win rate, if you want to be super fucking green, then use the confirmations. I just went purely based off the overall game plan without any solid confirmations, which isn't the wisest move to do when you're at all-time highs. But I had very strong conviction in it, and that conviction did end up costing me in some gains. But like I said, did not flip green to red on the overall week. Still closed out the week green, which is what matters in terms of trading for the entire week. Now, going to be going over those trades towards the end, but in terms of the chart on SPY, let's get into this. So this is going to be the game plan. SPY has a gap down. SPY has a gap down. SPY continues to explode up. SPY continues to explode up. Green, red, green. If we gap up right here, SPY opened up higher than the previous closing price, and it had a strong bullish trend day, right? And then as you can see right here, green, red, same red candlestick, same red daily candlestick. Next day's a green day. Next day's a green day. Now, in terms of this overall green daily chart candlestick, let's dissect this here. So we ended up opening up at 634. The previous closing price was at 632. So SPY opened up with the gap up, and it bottomed towards the exact open. So if this pattern repeats in a similar cycle, the key level of interest that you're going to be wanting to watch for heading into tomorrow is going to be the opening price if SPY gaps up. So in terms of the overall game plan, we ended up closing at 647.24 based off of the daily chart pattern. If the SPY gaps up, it's going to attempt to have a bullish overall trend day. Now, in terms of the key levels of interest to watch for calls, if the SPY gaps up, the key level of interest is going to be the opening price and about a 50-cent drop below the opening price. So if we're opening up higher than the previous closing price, what I want you to look for into the market open hours and into the pre-market, I want you to look for bullish confirmations. Look for green, red, green. Look for green, double, red, green. Look for green, bullish 30-minute candlestick confirmations. Look for strong consolidation. Look for some breaks and retests. Look for some higher support all in the 30-minute chart. Look for strong, bullish wicks, right? That's what I want you to look for when the SPY, if the SPY is opening up higher than the previous closing price, right? So that's the checklist. If we're opening up with a gap up, we're going to be looking for calls towards the market open, right? And as long as we're getting some bullish confirmations, we're going to want to be buying calls. In terms of key break and retest levels to watch for in this particular situation, the key time and the key levels is going to, the key time is at market open. The key levels is like a 50-cent drop below the opening price. In terms of more key levels, keep your eyes on 647.50. Keep your eyes on, 647.50, 648.30. That's a very key level right here, 648 to 648.30. And then ideally, the absolute highest you're going to want to keep your eyes on is going to be 649 for calls. So those are the main key levels of interest for overall calls, right? And look to use the break and retest strategy. Look to sell into the move. So in terms of a nice clean profit target on a gap up, it would be right here, 650.50 to 651. Market can start to drop right around this overall zone. So if you're seeing red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations in this zone right here, or even towards the previous all-time highs, you can try a quick put scalp against the overall trend. That's going to be the game plan if the SPY is gapping up. Now, just one last key level you can keep an eye on for calls as well. It's going to be right here. This would be the more oversold level, but just be very cautious. Be very cautious, but this is a very rock solid level that I would encourage for call options if the confirmation is there, right? 646. So, that's really going to be the main key, man. And the way I see it, as long as the market is really holding above 646, it's going to try to maintain an overall bullish trend day, So just keep that in mind in terms of call levels in bullish levels, right? Now, let's discuss bearishness. So in terms of bearishness, and I will be discussing opportunities for calls on a bearish trend day as well, because there should be some in terms of a quick scalp against the overall trend. This is what I want you to focus on. So this would be the zone, and I already gave you the scalps you can make against the overall bullish trend on a gap up for puts if the perfect confirmation is there and you desire to trade against the trend. So for the SPY to flip bearish, it would have to open up flat or gap down, and for a confirmation, this is what we would need to see to maintain overall bearish flip here. We would need to see this zone right here react as a resistance level. So the SPY would need to be bouncing in between this zone of 646 to 647, forming lower highs, forming lower highs, starting to drop back down, forming lower highs, starting to drop down. And then if it does that, it's going to try to drop to 645.50. Then if it continues to maintain a lower floor, lower highs here, maintaining bearish, and goes under that, you're going to want to be in on put options right around this overall zone right here if it's reacting bearish. So if we're reacting bearish in between this zone right here, this is going to be the put zone right here. We're going to call it 646 to 645.50. So again, if we drop below 646 and then you're seeing lower highs form and you're seeing a crack below 645.50, you're seeing lower highs in between 645.50 to 645, that would be the ultimate put zone right there. If you're seeing bearish reactions in between this zone, literally right there, you're going to want to be buying put options, right? So just to make that clear, it's going to be 645 to 645.50. If the market reacts bearish, forms lower highs, trends flipping bearish, maintaining lower highs, not going above 647 at all, maintaining a strong resistance level at 646 as it's breaking down and forming lower highs right here, You're going to want to get in puts towards 645.50 to 645, ride it back down a bit, right? Now, in terms of profit targets in that particular situation, we should see a drop to 643.50, which is a great profit target to take some profits. If we go below that, the next level we drop to is 642 to 641. Make sure you're setting profit stops, leave some runners, right? On the put side, if market does react bearish, that would be the game plan. And in terms of key levels of interest for call options that I want you to keep your eyes on, these are going to be the levels to scalp calls on an overall bearish trend day. So this would be a key level of interest right here, 641. You got a break and retest zone. It's the same type of break and retest strategy that we're looking to potentially buy calls here at 646. Again, we're only looking for puts if the market goes below 645.50, starts to drop under 645, reacts bearish, forms lower highs, right? Unless you're doing puts against the scalp overall trend idea on a bullish day. So in terms of our key levels of interest for call options, is going to be simple. We're looking to get in on these calls, right around the first key level of interest on a bearish trend day would be right here, 641. So here, let me zoom out a bit. And so let's get into this. So these are going to be all the call levels, man. 641, right? 641, you got a break and retest right here. Key strong support that hasn't been tested. So 641 right there, very strong level. I would look to even auto buy calls at 641. 641 is a phenomenal level. Next level below that is going to be 640, right? That's a strong make or break level where the market should try to bounce first. Next level under that, this is going to be another auto buy level, would be 636 to 638, right in between this zone, 638.50 to 636. So again, the strongest best levels to scalp calls against an overall bearish trend, 641, 640, 638.50 to 636. Those are literally going to be the best levels possible to auto buy calls, right? And just remember, for the market to flip bearish, it needs to form lower highs and stay below 646. We need to drop under 645. If that occurs, you're going to want to be buying put options, right? And then you could try the scalp on calls against the overall bearish trend, 641 to 640 and 638.50 to 636 in between those overall zones. You're looking for bullish confirmations. So again, for those of you, if you don't want to ever fucking lose and you want the highest win rate possible, like 90% plus, just make sure you use confirmations. Because in terms of the trades that I did end up making on Friday, I thought it was going to be an exact repeat of Wednesday. And for once, the game plan did not work out. And, nothing works 100% of the time. But I will say it could have been prevented if we just waited for confirmations, because if you looked at the pre-market, we had a very bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmation, and we have another bearish trend reversal 30-minute candlestick confirmation, which is all bearish resistance at all-time highs, right? These aren't great levels to be buying calls. Like I said, it's purely based off of a pattern, more of less than levels. And then we just had a very nasty drop, right? So this could have all been prevented with confirmations. So if you don't want to lose, if you want to have the best chance possible, then use confirmations. Use confirmations at all times. Don't just blindly trade a plan or blindly trade a bias. Like I said, I had very strong conviction in my overall plan, which is why I doubled down on the calls. The biggest mistakes was just adding to the losers. I kept adding to the losers, and I took one more trade on calls. I had 2 losses on calls, and then after that, I realized that, I hit the most I was willing to lose on the day, so I'm not even in a position to take another trade. If I wanted to take advantage of that bearish trend to try to flip red to green on the day without risking my week, without risking more of the week's gains. So I just had to walk away, and that's why I walked away. There was really nothing to be said. The mistakes were made. I traded without the confirmation, but like I said, I don't really consider that to be like a massive mistake from my end, because literally in the game plan I said I'm just going to trade the bias. I'm literally just going to get in. I don't care if there's not confirmations. Like I made that very, very clear in the game plan. It's just, for me, the main mistakes was just adding to the losers. But like I said, I'm just glad that I stopped trading, because I exceeded the risk that I was willing to I hit the risk that I was willing to lose. And from there, it's like I really couldn't have had a choice to flip from red to green on the overall day. So like I said, if you just want to have the strongest win rate possible, use confirmations. But if we're at the strongest, best levels possible then I would just look to automatically get in. It's just the main problem with that was, in terms of not using confirmations, I would say the biggest mistake was just having too strong of conviction on the overall game plan that it was going to work and history was going to repeat. And I would say that, if you're not going to use a confirmation, just trade at the best automated levels. Were those levels like automated levels? No, those were very high levels to be trying calls on. So it was more of just putting the trust into the game plan to work and to repeat itself, rather than logically understanding that, these aren't the best levels. These aren't like auto buy levels for calls. Everybody knows auto buy levels for calls are considered oversold buying levels. They're not considered like really game plan levels without a confirmation, right? So I would say that was the biggest mistake. The biggest mistake was not using a confirmation in a situation where these weren't auto buy levels to be buying calls, because for them to be auto buy levels, they have to be at the best levels possible. And we clearly were not oversold levels. So it was just more of a situation where they were great levels if the confirmation was there, but the confirmation wasn't there. So there was no reason to automatically get in without the confirmation, because they weren't auto levels to just get in without the confirmation. I would say that was the biggest mistake with the overall game plan, was just getting on calls and levels that weren't designed to be auto buy levels. They were designed where this is the level. If we get a confirmation, get it on calls. But I was just so fucking confident in the fucking game plan where I kind of bypassed the whole idea of like, you know what? I don't care if it's not an automatic buy call level. I'm just going to get in because the game plan's likely going to work. So don't do that. That's just the biggest advice I would say is, if there's an automated level to buy, you can just look to get in and then scale in and add to winners, not losers, if the confirmation appears, right? But if we're at not the best levels, to just automatically get in, then just wait for the proper confirmation. That's what I would say, man, because in terms of like a clear way to kind of confirm that, there's oversold levels where you can just automatically buy the dip in 8, 9, 10 out of times, 8 or 9, out of 10 times, it's going to work, right? But we weren't at the oversold levels. We were at a level where the game plan and history showed it was going to be a good buy for calls, but it wasn't an automated level. It was more of just, okay, this is a great level to trade the game plan with. But in order to trade the game plan, since it's not an automated buy level, we need the best confirmations. So remember, if it's not an automated buy level, if it's not at the best oversold level, you need the best confirmations. Otherwise, you're just going to be getting hyped up in on the game plan, buying calls at the fucking peak, losing some money when there's red bearish 30-minute candlesticks, red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations. That was the biggest mistake, man, because there was a clear confirmation right here to just even wait. To buy calls, just give it some fucking time, because this is bearish, and then the market's going to try to retest this break and retest, and then if that reacts bearish, it's going to try to push lower and flip super fucking bearish, right? Now, the game plan on puts did work out flawlessly. Once we dropped under 647, market sold off, and then we even had that end of day recovery that I spoke about where I told you, look for an opportunity on calls. If the market is sitting towards the low of day, look for an opportunity on calls, and look, the game plan on puts worked to a T. When the market dropped under 647, it sold off hard. And then I literally said, if the market flips bearish, buy the call options if it's retesting lows and there's confirmation. Look at this. Right here is retesting the lows, and then you had a bullish engulfing, red, green, bullish uptrend, literally had stated that it's going to recover at least 2 points from the lows, and we got a 2.5 to 3 point recovery there from the exact lows. So that could have bailed you out. But obviously, if you went too big on calls and added to losers, then you likely would have had to been forced to stop trading, because if you risk more, then you're going to get back a lot of the week's gains, right? Which is something that we're not going to do, right? So just understand, man, you guys need to have defined risk on the most amount of money that you're going to risk for the entire day. And you need to set up a game plan where you can theoretically take 3 to 5 trades every single day. So just in case we start off the day red, you still have enough of a cushion where you can keep on fucking going and, flip green on the overall day. Now, in terms of the overall group as a whole, though, there was no reason to be red if you took the trades. There was absolutely no reason to be red if you took the trades, because we had a swing trade on Tesla. Right here, let's buy 352.50. Tesla calls for 50 cents. This is the play that G-Roar ended up calling out. This was a swing trade. At first, it didn't work. it was getting ready to expire worthless, but the contracts didn't expire till Friday, and you guys are well aware we don't sell for losers. We just let the plays expire worthless to zero. So at first this was down a fuck ton, but we held it overnight because there's no reason to sell because the contract hasn't expired yet. We're only really looking to get out if it expires worthless, right, on a loser, right? And then on a winner, we set profit stops, add to winners. So this play, 50 cents, you hold that overnight, and look, you would have started off your morning up 700%. At 9:32 a.m., those contracts went from 50 cents to 360 cents. They went up 1,600 fucking percent from the previous closing day's price. Look at this. They previously closed, I think, at like 5 cents or 19 cents, something like that. And then they went all the way to 360 to 400 a contract. So the point is, if you followed and you traded alongside the system, you would have been very green because these Tesla calls went up 700% plus, So there was no reason to go green to red when you were already green on the entire day, if you took the swing like you're supposed to. You're supposed to take the trades inside a team roar. It's part of the process. It's part of the system. So again, for those of you who are risking your gains when you're green to start the day, when the first trade on the day is a massive fucking win. Literally as soon as the market opened, you're up 700% to 1,000% on your swing. If you choose to get back all your profits, you're choosing to be a degenerate. That's what you're choosing to be. So do not flip green to red when you're green enough to walk away. Being green enough to walk away could be the first win of the day, the first 100% win of the day. This is more than enough to keep your gains throughout the entire day. Like if anyone literally flipped red after taking this trade, a 700% gain, there's absolutely no reason to flip red. Like you should not be flipping red on a gain that fucking big. So the first trade of the day was a 700% plus win. Losing remains a personal choice. My first two trades, they were red. I blindly just followed the game plan. The biggest mistake with that was not using a confirmation in a situation where I was supposed to use a confirmation, but I was too strongly convinced by the game plan, by the bias, by the curriculum, by all the winning that we recently had that it was going to work, and Wednesday did not repeat. We had a different situation and the game plan finally didn't work, but that bearish situation still worked out. So always make sure you guys are putting yourself in situations where your max risk per day, the most amount of money you're willing to lose on the day, but it's situated in a way where you can at least take like 3 to 5 trades, ideally 4 to 5 trades on the day. And think in terms of timing, morning trades and, power hour trades, right? And never flip green to red, especially when you're green enough to walk away. One nice win or 2 small wins in a row, one nice win could be like a 50 to 100% return on a trade. And if you add it to the winner, that doubles the gains, right? Or it could be 2 smaller wins, 30 to 50% profit stopped out, right? One nice win, starting your day off. Tesla, this is like fucking 7 nice wins. No reason to fucking flip red if you took that. Make sure you don't flip red. Make sure you never go green to red. If you choose to keep on trading, you then go from, so think about it, you start your day off, this is the most amount of money I'm willing to risk. And it's sized in a way where you won't exceed that if you take 3 to 5 trades. And the trades cost typically like $50 or less a contract. You can get started with 1 contract, right? So and then if you start off your day green, you then go from, okay, this is the most amount I'm going to risk in terms of, so I don't go green to red, 25 to 50% of your realized gains, right? So it starts off on the day. This is the most I'm willing to lose on the day, my max risk on 3 to 5 trades. And then from there, if you go green, it gets upgraded from, this is the most of the realized gains I'm going to give back. 25 to 50% of my realized gains. If I hit that and I give back those gains because I kept on trading when I could have just walked away, right? Your choice. Then from there, you have to stop trading because we're not going to go green to red when we're green enough to walk away. The goal is to end the day green. It's not to get super fucking shit rich quick in one single fucking day. The goal is to end your day green every single fucking day, right? You should not be in a situation where you make a 700% return on Tesla calls and then you give it all back on the next trade. And the next trade was 100% loss, even if we added to the loss. It should not be a situation where you get back all those gains. A 700% return should be able to hold your wins for at least 3 to 4 days, at least 3 to 4 trading days. 700% to 1,000% should be able to keep you green 3 to 4 business trading days. That means if you have one trade where you make 500% plus, right, especially if you add it to a winner, the next 3 to 4 days, you should be able to go red and still keep some of the profit, right? So just remember, man, every single week, we start off, man, if you're having big days when you're starting off the week with 1,000% return, 1,000% green day out of 3 to 5 trades, or one trade it's 1,000%, you need to keep that for the rest of the week. The best way to start the week is in the green, and even better is a big green day, because from there, you're not going red throughout the entire week. Proper risk management. So guys, please keep your risk management in contact. We saw some of the people in the fucking group, they did not keep their shit in fucking contact, man. They fucking gave back all their fucking gains on fucking SPY calls, you know? So the next trade was 648 SPY calls for 45 cents. Added, as you can see right here, added at 35 cents, added at 37 cents, and this trade went to 61 cents. So 45 cents and then adding at 37 cents gives you an average right around, 41, 42 cents. And then this went to 61 cents. So we added to that to double the gains, and it went from 40 to 60. So on that particular trade, you're making a 50% profit return, right? Losing to personal choice. So the first two trades, right, those two trades right there, we had a 700% plus on Tesla swing, 40% win that we added to the win on SPY calls. Then there was a 6490 SPX call at 110. This went to fucking 330, right? So I mean, SPX 6490 calls 110 cents to fucking 330, another 200% win. It's like, man, this is why you need to have risk management in play and never add to losers. Like I said, the biggest mistakes that I personally made was blindly trading a game plan without using a confirmation in a situation where there was no reason to automatically buy calls. The levels were too over high to buy over calls. So I bypassed that by my conviction. I just had such high conviction in the overall trade and bias and curriculum and strategy that it was going to work, that it was going to be just like Wednesday. And, it didn't. Right? So big mistake there. Adding to losers, big mistake there, right? You guys need to always make sure that you don't make those fucking mistakes again. And also make sure that your risk management is in contact. The most important thing here is risk management. When you're trading alongside us, the most important thing is risk management. If you start off the week with massive green days, you should not flip red throughout the entire week. Even if every single day of the week after that was red, you should not flip fucking red. We're trading for the week, man. Every single week. We reset every single fucking week. Reset. You guys need to finish the week every single week in the green. It's part of managing your fucking risk. You need to manage your risk at all fucking costs, man. It starts off with, okay, 3 to 5 trades on the day. This is the most I'm willing to risk on each trade. I know the prices of the contracts, $50 and below typically, right? So you know the max risk on your day. And then when you're green enough to walk away, now you know, okay, 25 to 50% of your realized gains, right? If you give that back, then you shut this shit down. Then you're forced to walk away because you're never going to go green or red. And then, like I said, if you have some big green days on the week, especially early into the week, Monday through Wednesday, you have a big green day, you're not going to flip red. You're not going to give it back, man. Like I said, if you're having big days, say you had 1,000% return trade, that's enough to hold you for the rest of the week. If you have a big green day, let's say 3 to 4 trades, most of them were wins, 3 out of 4 were wins. It yielded 500% plus or 700% plus, and you added to the winners to double the gain, something like that, right? That should be able to hold you for the entire week. Remember, if you start off the week with a massive green day, in terms of to define what a massive green day is, it's like ideally 500 to 1,000% plus, ideally, more of like 600 to 1,000, 700 to 1,000 plus, but ideally, like, look, 500 to 1,000% plus, and if you're adding to winners, you could double that, but a big green day is like 500 to 1,000% plus. If you start off the week with one of those big green days, you need to make sure that your max risk for the rest of the week, because you're not going to give that back. If heading into Monday or heading from Monday to Wednesday, or from Monday to Wednesday, if you're up net positive 1,000% out of all the trades you made, or even Monday through Tuesday, you started off with one day with a massive green day, you're not going to give that back. You're going to keep that for the entire week, cash your account out Friday, and then call it. Reset the account, man. Do not give that back. When you're green enough for the week, keep it. Do not give it back. If you're hitting massive fucking gains, this is why I I can't stand when we'll have a big trade like this, like on Tesla, 50 cents to 360. We'll have a big trade, people will be getting shit fucking rich, and then they just throw it all away. They literally throw it all away as fast as they fucking make it. Or they'll throw it away quicker than they fucking made it. This trade took over a day to fucking hit 700%. When it hit 700%, it happened in minutes at market open, within fucking minutes. You had to swing it like we did. You know, you should not be giving that back. Don't go giving that back, no matter what you see, no matter what you're fucking feeling, no matter what you're fucking experiencing. Do not give that back. You know your max risk. You guys are the ones placing the trades. Whatever you put in, that's your max risk per trade. All right? So don't go giving that back, man. Because I saw a couple people, they made massive fucking gains and they threw it away like it was just fucking nothing. They just acted like they were just drinking water, like it's a normal fucking thing. Okay, I'm gonna drink some fucking water, 3 to fucking 4 liters a day. Oh, I just had some fucking Tesla. Let me drink fucking 3 fucking liters of water, like it's fucking nothing. Just boom, like that. They just fucking give it all away. It's like, dude, do not be a fucking degenerate. Those trades are fucking amazing, man. When we hit a 700% trade like that, I don't give a fuck who's doing what, who's adding to what, who's doing what. You guys need to have your risk management in contact. Be very, very cautious when it comes to sizing in your trades. The most important thing here is sizing in on your trades. Be very, very cautious. You could be a little bit hesitant on the size, man. Have your shit in fucking contact, man. Because I don't want to see people going green to red. I don't want to see people taking on big risks, man. If you just had a big one on Tesla and you want to take a trade with me on the SPY calls and add to an L, you want to give some risk, fine, do it if that's what you want to do. But don't go risking all your fucking gains going green to red. I don't want to fucking see that shit, man. That was a massive win. We shouldn't have had a couple people give that back like it was fucking nothing, man. Because I saw it happen within the chat, man. But you know, big shout out to Jiro, man. He fucking crushed it, man. Fucking 700% plus on Tesla, 50% on fucking SPY, 200% on SPX, and then the power hour trading YOLOs that he alerted, those didn't work out, which is completely fine because his trades was already green as fuck enough to walk away. So big shout out to him on that. But yeah, man, you guys really need to beware of that and be cautious and be self-sufficient as well. You know, we had some members within the chat, self-sufficiency, they were buying puts. You know, there was a game plan on puts. They took it, 300% return on puts. You know, some people were buying puts. I mean, like I said, you know, we're all, as traders, we are humans as well. And at times, you know, it doesn't happen a lot, but we might make mistakes. And even at sometimes those mistakes that we made could have been a mistake in the past and ends up being the same mistake just a long later time later. Like, shit happens. Sometimes things can happen. History can repeat stuff. Like, I get it. But, you know, that's something I rarely do. And the biggest mistake was just having too strong of a conviction on my game plan to let that bypass, you know, everything I believe in as a trader. I was literally just up so much on the fucking week where it was just like, dude, I'm getting in. I don't give a fuck. My shit's been working nonstop. I've been getting in the exact lows non-fucking stop. It's like, it's about fucking time I had some red and I see how it happened because we weren't at levels to automatically buy calls. We were at a level in the game plan to buy calls, but the confirmation was bearish. So what the fuck am I doing buying calls with bearish confirmations at an overbought level to be buying calls, which could have been the low if the game plan worked, but it didn't. So I had no business in terms of confirmations and the way I trade to be buying calls. It was literally just a situation where it was like, this is fucking Friday. I have a game plan. My shit's been working non-fucking stop. I'm confident as fuck in this. I'm just going to get in. I don't give a fuck, right? With that type of mentality, you're going to run into more losses than you normally would, you know? And I could see how it happens because it was just endless fucking winning, non-fucking stop, right? But that's why I said, that's why, you know, throughout the rest of the day, that's why I just walked away because there was nothing more I could have done. What am I going to do? Sit here and trade? Like, I'm like, no, I went against my shit. I saw what I did wrong, and I'm not going to put myself into the market environment on that same day when I'm making mistakes that have happened way, way back in the past that should not have happened. I'm going to, you know, reflect on that. I'm going to learn from that. I'm not just going to dive back in the market and try to fix it, especially when I made another mistake by just adding to losers, giving back gains. Like, that's the right thing to do. The right thing to do is to know your max risk on the day as a trader, and when you hit it, to stop trading for the day. You know, if you want, you can observe the markets or you can practice and paper trade the markets after that. But the answer is not to just keep on trading. For a lot of people, it's best to literally just walk away because why choose to stay when you should have walked away already? You know, when you shouldn't have even done that. You shouldn't have even made those mistakes. Why choose to keep on fucking staying? If anything, it's likely just going to temptation someone to just get back in on another fucking trade. It's like, why keep on observing when it's time to just walk away and learn from the mistakes that you just made and just call for a fucking day, man? That's why, like, I wasn't in the chat just talking a lot and stuff like that. I'm saying, like, dude, there's nothing more I can do. I hit my max risk that I was willing to get back on the day. I'm not going to keep on fucking trading. Like I made the mistakes. I fucked up on the day, and that's that. I'm going to fucking learn from it, and part of learning from it is sitting the fuck out. We all want to fucking trade. Everyone wants to fucking trade. Of course everyone wants to fucking trade. Everybody wants to make fucking money. But if I'm in a situation where I made some fucking mistakes, like, I'm looking to walk away, man. I'm looking to walk away. You know, that can affect someone's trading abilities. That can affect someone's mood. That can affect someone's day. And it's just unnecessary. Why would I reward myself by giving myself the gift and the opportunity to even fucking trade when I made those mistakes already? When I started off with those fucking mistakes already? It's like, try again the next day. The fuck? All of a sudden just gonna magically fix it? I mean, I could try to fix it, but it's like, the problem was I already risked enough. I already lost enough on the fucking day. So guys, that's why I chose to walk away. Like I said, I know other people, they would have just stayed or they would have just talked and chatted with members. I'm like, dude, if you watch the game plan, you would have seen clear as day the mistakes that I ended up making. So that's why I decided to do what I did, man, because there was nothing to be said. You know, I made the mistakes. I lost the money on the day, and I hit the most I was willing to risk on the day. So in that particular situation, there's nothing I can, like, there's nothing more I can fucking do. I'm not going to keep on trading because I lost the amount I was willing to risk. I'm not going to exceed that. I'm not a fucking degenerate. There's levels to being a degenerate, you know? There's levels to the mistakes you made. It's important to quickly capture the mistakes and then to just walk away rather than, you know, trying to bury yourself into something unnecessary. So that's why I chose to walk away. It's typically best to just walk the fuck away when you're fucking up and just observe what the fuck you did, right? I'm not looking to make it all back the same day I already fucked up. You know, I already had the opportunity on that day to make great money if I would have just waited. So I'm not going to try to make, it's like, have a defined risk on the day. You know, I can't stand that when traders have like 2 losses on the day and then they just keep on going, trying to fucking win. Unless they didn't hit their max risk per day, that's completely fine. But I already hit my max risk per day because I was already adding to losers, you know, which made those losses bigger, which is something that we typically do not do. But like I said, one thing I will say is, man, it's very, very dangerous to have a game plan. You know, it's very, very dangerous to be someone who wins non-fucking stop, and then when you make a fucking mistake, like if you don't walk away, that's where it can become fucking dangerous. You know, for people who just too fucking overconfident or they just want to make their fucking money back, like they can quickly dig themselves in fucking holes. Like, that's why you need to catch shit quick. You need to catch shit quickly. You know, if you're making mistakes, you need to capture it quickly. If you're losing money, you need to stop losing money quickly. If you're losing more money, you need to be trading less. You need to be fucking you know, sizing down, not adding. Stop adding to fucking losers. Like, you need to capture this shit on fucking quickly. That's why I said, like, dude, 2 trades in the morning. It's early as fuck in the morning. I already have 2 losses. I'm done. I'm fucking walking away. I'm not doing fucking shit. I fucked up. Like, I'm done. That's it. I'm looking at my week's gains. I'm saying, wow, I had a badass fucking week. I'm fucking done. I'm out. Like, that's it. Like, that's how you have to fucking look at this shit, man. I'm not going to turn a red Friday into a fucking, you know, catastrophic fucking Friday where I get back the entire week's gains. Like, fuck that. So guys, just keep it very, very important, man. Just avoid adding to losers, add to winners, set profit stops, and you know, just be aware. Always be cautious. Always be aware. Never look to blindly do things. If it's an automated buy level, key oversold, then yeah, you can try to take some automated size and scale into the trade, you know, once there's a confirmation of the trend reversing or the trends within your favor, right? But yeah, man. So yeah, look at this, man. Look at this. Seriously, those Tesla calls paid for every loss for the last 2 weeks. This is what I'm fucking talking about, man. This is how your risk management needs to be aligned. If you can't say this, your risk management is not aligned. You know, you guys need, the number one thing here is risk management. Everyone should have the same type of, you know, it doesn't have to be the last 2 weeks. It could be the last week. Everyone should have the same type of risk management system where, seriously, those Tesla calls paid for every single loss, you know, throughout the last week or throughout the last 2 weeks. We barely had any losses last week, so it was more of last 2 weeks, right? But that's how you need to have your risk management in check, right? Have your risk management in check. If you're in a massive fucking win, look at this. Got out of my 352.5 Teslas near market open. Great trade. Bought at 21 cents, sold at 171 cents. Fucking amazing, man. Like when you're making gains like that, turning $100, let's say bought 5 contracts, turn $100 into fucking $700. Like when you're making gains like this, it's like, dude, you should not be giving that back. That should be able to hold you for the entire week. That holds you into next fucking week. So understand, like, that was a massive fucking win, man. That should have been able to hold you through my SPY losses. The fuck? And again, if we're adding and that's too much for you, don't add so big, especially if we're adding to a loser, man. If I'm doubling and tripling and you're saying like in terms of like how your day is, if that's going to flip you right, if it doesn't work, then don't add. Don't fucking add, man. You guys can't just, if we're adding and it's just too much for you, don't add. If your account is that fucking small or it's just out of your risk management boundaries, then don't fucking add. It's completely fine. Then do not fucking add to the fucking trade, man. I'm over here tripling my ads because I'm already fucked by how I went about the day. I just went blindly into a game plan, into the confidence where it wasn't an automated buy level, which is not the right way to trade, and there was bearish confirmations. I'm just glad I didn't overtrade it, which is good. I fucked up twice, and then I said, all right, this is enough. It's early in the day. I already 2 losses. I'm fucking done. But I went overboard with the adding, right? And that wasn't good. You know, I fucking tripled my ads. It went overboard on that. Part of that is just because of the inflation, just so overinflated by all the fucking winning, and by that's where danger comes, man. Danger comes when you're just so sold. I mean, this is key, man. The biggest mistake. This is how a lot of traders lose money, man. When they're just so sold into the idea that it's gonna work, but it's not in 100% in alignment with their system. And the way it was in alignment with my system was, my system says, if we're not at the best automated level to buy calls, you have to use a confirmation. And I bypassed that. And the reasons, well, why did you bypass that? Why did you go against your system? Is because fucking emotions, confidence in the winning, man. Every single game plan was fucking winning nonstop for fucking weeks. We were literally calling the lows a day before the market opened, and we were fucking banking nonstop and just being up so much. It was over fucking confidence, man. So that's one of the most dangerous mistakes that you can make within the market, man, is just blindly going against something and letting an overall game plan, a thesis, confidence, and past history. You know, past history shows, wow, we've been winning non-fucking stop. Like, let's fucking keep winning. Like, very dangerous, man. It's a slippery fucking slope. That's why you got to capture those mistakes quickly. That's why after 2 L's, I said, dude, I just made the same mistake twice. I added to both the losers. The confirmations are bearish. I am fucking out of here, you know? And that's how the market is. It is fucking brutal like that. You walk the fuck away. There's nothing else you can fucking do but come back the next day and you know, make it back, right? You're not going to make it back the same day, because if you already hit the most you were willing to risk on the day, that means you're done for the day, right? And that's something you guys have to understand. You have to understand when to walk away, man, and when not to add. If your account's that small, then just don't fucking add, and be very, very cautious when adding to losers. So, but man, if anyone knows my style and has been following the channel, they should have seen in a way how it was an opportunity for puts, and they also should have seen in a way how I was just too strongly convicted to the bias without a lack of confirmation. I'm just glad though, because in terms of the last game plan, it was very clear in terms of what I was doing. I was extremely overconfident. All the winning got to me, and I just trade what I wanted. That's what I did. I didn't trade my pure fucking system. I just trade what I wanted. I saw something, I wanted it, and that's exactly what I did. And that's not the right way to go about things when it's not an automated buy level. And you know, making that mistake caused me to go a little bit overboard by adding to losers. I'm just glad that, you know, I didn't make the same mistake 3 fucking times on the day. Like, I fucking, you know, I had a losing call on trades, added to a loss, didn't work out, and then I did the same thing again, and then I just called it for the day. I had 2 fucking losses. I said, dude, I'm fucking, like, fuck this. I'm fucking out. I'm not giving back my week's gains. I already read on the fucking day. Like, fuck that. Like, there's levels to being a degenerate. It's one thing to be red on the day. It's another thing to give back all of your days, all of your week's gains on one fucking red day. It's like, dude, this is a Friday. I'm trying to end the fucking Friday on a green note. If I can't end it on a green note, then I'm ending the week on a fucking green note with all the gains that we just made on the entire week, all right? So it is what it is, man. It was the perfect fucking storm for me to fuck up. And I'm telling you, it came from fucking going against the system, man. If there's no confirmation to buy calls and we're not at the best automated level to buy calls, then don't buy the fucking calls, all right? The game plan needs confirmations. The game plan needs confirmations, unless it's an automated buy level for calls. Look, heading into tomorrow, strictly for tomorrow, automated buy levels for calls, fucking, 641, 640, and 638.50 to 637. It works best on the oversold zones, you know? I'm not going to sit here and say if SPY gaps up, we're going to automatically buy calls at fucking 640 at the opening price. No, that's more of timing. And we need the best confirmations. Not making that fucking mistake again, man. Worked fucking phenomenal on Wednesday, but Wednesday there was more advanced confirmations too that Friday lacked. So use confirmations. Be aware when there's a perfect storm setting up. And, you know, that's the cool thing about understanding, you know, not just yourself and how you trade, but understanding other people. You know, for anyone who understood the way I trade, they should have saw that some type of storm was brewing. You know, they should have saw that, oh shit, these are bearish confirmations. This is an opportunity for puts. You know, William is just way too confident in the game plan. He's just blindly trading the thesis. You know, even though this could be a great time to get in on the calls and this is what he wants to do, it's like, dude, this isn't like it's an automated buy, extremely oversold, rare opportunity. This is more of just like a pattern you're looking at and you just want to get in on the trade. It's like wanting to lose in a way. It's like, I see a perfect setup. I want to get in. I don't give a fuck, right? We don't do that. Don't fucking do that unless it's an automated buy level. If it's an automated buy level, and guys, for automated levels, we're strictly sticking to oversold levels, you know, especially when we're at all-time highs. It's dangerous, man, to just solely rely on timing, you know? So you can't let timing bypass the level. You need a confirmation with the timing, you know, at the level. You need all fucking three. You don't need necessarily perfect timing, but you need confirmation at the level. And then timing can help with that if you know the proper times, right? So heading tomorrow, like I said, if we gap up, we're going to need the best confirmations at market open, which would be the perfect time for calls if the confirmation's there. So we're not going to make that same fucking mistake that we made on Friday if you fucking took it. But regardless, losing was a personal choice if you took the trade on Tesla, because at market open, you're up 700%. How the fuck is anyone going red on the fucking day if you open up to a 700% return? You're telling me if you buy something at 100 and you sell it at $700 the next day, you're going to flip red on that same day. You're gonna make a bunch of trades on SPY calls. You're gonna triple the position size. You're gonna flip red. You're gonna give back a 700% return. It's like, dude, if you guys are giving back returns that fucking big, you're not going to last. You're going to blow up your fucking account and you will never be fucking profitable. So you need to understand 700% returns should be able to hold you for the entire week. Look, let's say we hit a 700% return tomorrow on Monday. If you turn a $100 contract into $700, you're telling me you're gonna risk $700 for the rest of the week. You're going to risk that entire 700% return for the rest of the week. You're up 700 fucking percent. You're telling me you're going to risk that $700 from Monday to Friday. Give it all back. It's like, dude, on Friday, if you flip red by Friday or by Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, whenever the fuck on the week, you're going to be like, wow, I was up fucking $700. I was up 700% on fucking Monday. And now here I am at the end of the week. I'm fucking red. My fucking gosh, guys, do not be a fucking degenerate. Do not be a fucking degenerate. You're not going to fucking last in the market. You need to capture mistakes quickly, you know? And like I said, the cool thing about learning from other people is too, you get to see if you have the conscious, you know, if you're conscious and you're aware, not just the sheep fucking blindly following, you get to see when they're fucking up. You get to see, oh shit, I see they're too strongly convicted into their game plan and they just want to take a trade. I see they're not doing what they normally would do. You get to see the mistakes they're making before they even fucking make them. And again, not gonna be a situation for you to tell that person, but to also just trade for yourself and go against them. You know, like I said, it's rarely a mistake that I did, but the game plan on puts did work out, but I didn't even fucking trade it because I lost a fuck ton. You know, in terms of the market open with those calls. I tripled my position size on calls and they went straight to fucking zero within a few hours. You know, there's nothing, it was just a situation. There's nothing I could do. I had to walk the fuck away. I'm not going to fucking bury what I already had fucking buried. I'm not going to keep on digging the fucking hole, man. The fuck. I mean, for most traders, when they dig themselves in a fucking ditch, they feel the need to just keep on shoveling lower and fucking lower and lower and lower. It's like, dude, I'm not doing that, man. I've had those fucking days. I know the mistakes I made. I see how the storm brewed. I see where it came from. I hope someone's learning from this, man, because I'm telling you, the way you set yourself up the setup leads to your actions. You understand? I set myself up for an opportunity to want to trade. I just want to trade. I see a game plan. I just want to get in the game plan because I'm the best, because we're winning nonstop. Fuck everyone else. We're on this crazy fucking win streak. I just want to take this trade. I don't give a fuck if there's no confirmations, la-di-da-di-da, right? That's how you lose money. And that's what I ended up doing on fucking Monday because I just wanted to trade a game plan, and that's not good enough in this market. Just wanting to trade a game plan is not good enough. You have to actually trade. You need confirmations. You need risk management. In terms of Friday, that's literally what I did. I just wanted something. I just wanted to fucking trade the game plan, so I traded the game plan without the confirmations. I just wanted to make a lot of money, so I kept adding to the losers to try to increase, the position size, to average my cost down, to make it easier, if it spikes back up, to try to make more money. It's like, if you just want to do something, you're going to get shit fucking results. It's going to set you up in a way where that's what it's going to lead to. All right, if I just want to trade the game plan, then okay, I'll just take the fucking shit trade. And then from there, if I just want to win more, average my cost, okay, I'm going to add to the fucking loser. It sets you up to just keep on making those same mistakes. You need to understand the roots and the foundations. One mistake can lead to 10 fucking mistakes, man. Me wanting to take that trade led to a loss, which then led to me adding to the loss, which then adds to me because I just wanted to trade. I just wanted to get in. I just want to get in the game plan. I just wanted to win. You guys need to actually trade. You need to have risk management. You need to have all these things within the system, or you're not going to fucking make it. You're going to give it all fucking back. So, losing remains a personal choice, man. We start off the day with 7%. I mean, fucking big shout outs to Giro, man. Like, who the fuck? This is fucking insane, man. A fucking 700% return. These went to like fucking 5 cents, man. These went to 5 cents. People were buying at 20 cents. We were in at 50. They went to 360 at open. Fucking 5, 10, 20 cents to 360 at fucking open, man. Fucking insane, man. Like, the fuck. 700% on the fucking day. It's like, when you have that, you should be green into next week. The fuck? That should be able to hold you at least till fucking this fucking Wednesday. So, again, proper risk management. If someone's being a fucking degenerate and they're just having loss after loss after loss and adding to losses, and you're choosing to give back those gains that we had on the day, that's all on you, man. That is all on fucking you. That's all on you, man. When you make a fuck ton of money in the market, you can like lose money and you can fuck up. It's not gonna like fucking hurt when you made a fuck ton, right? But going green to red, very, very foolish, man. Very, very foolish to go green to fucking red on the day. The worst thing you can actually fucking do. I'd rather someone have a red day than go green to red, Everyone has red days eventually, but green to red, that should never be a red day. If you turn green into red, you're choosing to just lose. You're choosing to just not survive, not thrive within the market. You're never going to make it, because red days will come. Do you understand? Everyone's going to have red days. So if you go green to red, those aren't even red days, dude. You're already green. Do you understand? If you're green to red, that wasn't even a red day. That was your fucking green day. That was it. And then some days you're going to have red days where you were never fucking green. So if you went green to fucking red, you're choosing to be fucking red. All right? I get it. Some days people have fucking red days. They're red. But green to fucking red, it's like, oh my fucking gosh. That is the most degenerate thing you can do. Everyone has red days eventually. But man, to sit here and say that everyone has green to red days, that's fucking delusional, dude. If you're already green on the day, how the fuck are you going to go red? Okay, let's say you have a small account. You buy the contract at 50, you sell it at 150. You made $100 in profit. If you choose to take one more trade, you have to risk half of those gains because the next contract is probably going to be priced at $50 or a little bit under that, right? And that's all you can do because that's your small account. That's your max risk for trade. That's the amount that you chose to start trading with, right? And then if you lose, you're going to be up $50 on the day instead of 100 because you gave back half your gains with that risk. If you win, you can make another $100, $200. You can make more. It's your fucking choice, right? But at the end of the day, man, green to red is a choice. Choose fucking wisely. You should never be going green to red, man. I can understand every once in a while if you guys have a red day, it's possible, man. But at the end of the day, losing's a fucking choice. Green to fucking red, that's not even a fucking option, man. That's unnecessary. That's like, get the fuck out of the market. If you're going green to fucking red, pure fucking degenerate. Pure fucking degenerate. Not everyone's in our situation. to be adding as big as we are or to be taking as many trades as we are. If you have a small account, you need to understand that, understand that. If you can only take 2 or 3 trades on the day, then that's it. And you have no business ever adding to a fucking loser. If you want to try adding to a winner, you can think of that. Well, if this doesn't work out, then you're taking 2 trades in a sense, right? So then you're not going to be in a situation to take the next trade. Small accounts have it very simple because they can't do much. They really can't do fucking much. You can make like 2 or 3 trades on the day. You can't add to losers. Never add to a loser if you have a small account. There's not much to fucking think about because you have a small fucking account. It's the people with larger cushions who have all the fucking options in the fucking world, But don't be a fucking degenerate. Do not be a fucking degenerate, man. My fucking gosh. Man, small accounts have it so much easier because they have less options in that way. If you have less options, how the fuck are you going to be flipping green to red? It's like you can't risk shit. If you're up $100, you can't risk shit. Okay, I can only risk 1 more trade on the day, 1 contract. That's fucking it. Simple as fuck. Simple as fuck, right? The people with bigger cushions, obviously it's a lot easier for them to trade, but they have a fuck ton of more options. And you guys, with all your fucking options, you better not be going green to fucking red. The fuck? Small accounts, with how simple your shit is, if you're choosing to do this, how the fuck can you go green to red? It's the most simple, basic fucking math. If you're up 100 and the trade is $50 a trade, your max risk, then you're risking half your gains on the next trade. If you lose, then that's fucking it, man. Then that's fucking it, right? If your max loss on the day is $100, you take 2 trades on the day, say the first one, $50 loss, second one, $50 loss. All right, that's it. You're done. You're not going to risk more. You hit your max loss on the day. Say the first one was $50 loss, next one's a $100 win. All right, you're up $50 on the day. You're done. Small accounts have it so fucking simple. But if you choose to have a small account and make this shit all complex and difficult, and start adding and doing all this other fucking shit, you're going to blow up your fucking account adding to fucking losers, man. Taking big sizes, blow up your fucking account. If you choose to be a fucking degenerate, you're going to get degenerate results. So guys, don't be fucking degenerate, man. My fucking gosh, that shit really pissed us the fuck off, man. When we saw people, look, I get it. I could see how my trading could piss some fucking people off, but you guys should have seen that shit. You should have seen that shit coming. I saw some people buying puts. All the fucking power to them, man. There was reasons to be buying puts. The game plan said it too, and all the confirmations were fucking bearish, man. What pissed me off the fucking most was seeing people flip fucking red on that Tesla fucking win, because that was insane. Market opens and you're up 700%, you're flipping fucking red? My fucking gosh. What the actual fuck? I say it all the time. 1,000% gain should be able to hold you for the entire week. We were already up thousands of percents before Friday even fucking started. And we open up at 1,000%. There's people flipping fucking red. What fucking planet are these fucking people on, man? Like, what the actual fuck? My gosh. Have risk management, man. We're going to crush it this fucking week. It's the first link down below in the description if you want to trade alongside us. You guys are going to absolutely love the group. Cheap, low risk, far the money, zero in options. Shout out to all the fucking people who are buying fucking puts as I was losing on fucking calls. Those were the realest fucking people. The ones buying puts on Friday were the realest fucking ones, because anyone who just understood how I was setting myself up for fucking loss, and who just looked at the 30-minute chart and said, okay, this is bearish and we're at all-time highs. Maybe we should hold off on calls a little bit and wait for some bullish opportunity, right? No bullish opportunity. Market was all fucking red. No fucking reason to be in on calls at all-time highs unless you just blindly trade the game plan without confirmation, which was a big mistake because there was no automated buy oversold levels within the game plan. It was more of, I just want to do this and I'm going to do that, and that's on fucking me for making that mistakes, man. Shit happens, mistakes happens, but the beauty of knowing something is, in real time, you get to see through it all. If you see through the illusions, if you see through the mistakes, you get to capitalize it on real time. There was absolutely no reason for fucking calls. People are human. People make mistakes. Sometimes people, set things up more emotionally or just more in confidence, or they just want to do something. Sometimes people just want to fucking do something, and shit fucking happens. You got to be able to see through that when a storm is setting up. So I fucked up. That's on fucking me. For those of you who saw through it, congratulations. I'm very proud. And if you didn't, then you need to understand the curriculum more and be more self-aware and conscious within the trading instead of being a sheep man. Because I saw a lot of people made money on puts. They were buying fucking puts. They saw through it. And there was a game plan for puts as well. And there was confirmations with that game plan on puts as well. So it is what it fucking is, man. But a fuck ton of people were buying fucking puts. Shout out to all the motherfuckers who were buying puts as I was buried in fucking silence with my calls, because I understood there was nothing for me to say. The market was confirmed bearish. I fucked up. There's nothing left for me to say. I'm not going to make another trade because I chose to risk X amount of money and I lost X amount of money, and I'm not going to risk more because I lost my max risk on the overall day. Therefore, with all the mistakes that I made, there's nothing left for me here to do. Understand? This is real. This is real fucking life, real fucking shit. So it is what it fucking is, man. If you want to be a part of the best options trading group on the fucking planet and gain access to a real-time zero-day options trading alert system, it's going to be the first link down below within the description. For those of you who have small accounts, do not add to losers. Do not add to a loser, especially never fucking triple a loss on a fucking small account. Oh my fucking gosh. Worst thing you could fucking do, man, is what I was doing on fucking Friday. But if you've listened to everything I said, you shouldn't have flipped red on the week. You know, I could see how some people had a red day if they just blindly followed my trades on Friday. But if they took the trade on Tesla and they took my trades, I don't see it. I don't see it at all. If they opened up making 700% return, I don't see how adding to losers is going to take you that fucking red. Everybody knows with proper risk management, you're never going to go fucking red on the fucking day. Hell, even on the fucking week. What is 700% win? And every single week, we're in 1,000% gains, man. The fuck? So, losing's a personal fucking choice, man. If you want to trade alongside us, it's the first link down below within the description, man. You guys are going to absolutely love it. You're going to get access to a real-time zero-day options trade alert system. It's unlimited printing, unlimited winning. As of now, you gain access to the chat as well, and my trades are within the chat as well. It's the first link down below in the description. Cheap, low risk, far the money, zero-day options, unlimited profit potential, limited losses. The most you lose is your max risk per trade. Everything you put into the contracts, your max risk per trade could be 1, 2, 3% of your account, right? And then the most you make is unlimited profit potential. Could be 1,000% gains. Every single week, we have trades where we make 1,000% plus. Literally Tesla, we opened up with 700% return on Tesla fucking call options, man. So no matter fucking what, nobody should have flipped red if they took the trade on Tesla, because that's big enough gains to hold you for the entirety of the week, man, for fucking 5 more business trading days. The fuck? So have your risk management in contact and, you know, understand adding. You know, if you're not in a situation to triple your size, don't triple it. It's completely fine. Don't triple the size. You know, just take the trades then. Just focus on taking the trades rather than doubling and tripling the size. Look, just rarely, don't ever triple a loss, man. Don't triple losses. Worst thing you could do is add to losers. Tripling the loss, oh my gosh, that's the most degenerate fucking thing. Look, man, I fucked up. Friday was not my fucking day. I fucked up. Did I pick a good day to fuck up? Yes, I picked a phenomenal day to fuck up. It was on Friday. Everyone was already green as fuck, and we opened up with a 700% return on Tesla. So I would say, out of all the degenerosity that I fucking did on Friday, you could have seen through it by watching the game plan. You could have used the 30-minute chart and saw there was no reason for calls unless you just wanted to get on calls like I did. And there was no reason for you to go green to red if you took the fucking Tesla trade. So I would say I picked a good day to fuck up. I really did. I think I picked a good day to be a degenerate. I can genuinely say that with all of the winning we had on the week and you know, with the 700% return on open on Tesla, I think we picked a good day to just fuck up, make some mistakes, and also to understand, like, everybody fucking knows. It's like, dude, if you're gonna fuck up in the market and make mistakes, do it after you're making 1,000% returns. And that's exactly when I fucking did it, man. I did it when I could have exactly afforded to make some fucking mistakes. And everyone knows there's levels to fucking up, and we're not going to go green to red, dude. The fuck? If there's a 700% return on Tesla, if you guys open up with 700% on Tesla, you're not going green to red. I don't give a fuck if there's 10 fucking L's on the day and we tripled every fucking L. Does that mean you're going to do that? So you're telling me at market open, if you make 1,000% on Tesla, and then we alert 10 trades and we triple our losses on all 10 trades, you're just going to blindly follow all 10 trades and you're going to triple your losses on every single trade, and you're just going to do that, and you're going to go to the depths of hell with this? No, you guys are more than welcome to come to heaven on earth with us, but you're not fucking going depths of fucking hell to this. You know, we're not fucking dragging you to the fucking depths of hell. Like, you guys need to understand, when you are green enough to fucking walk away, then the most you risk is 25 to 50% of your realized gains. So if you had 700% on Tesla, and then we make 10 trades and we lost on all 10 trades in a row the same day, and we tripled the losses on each trade, there's no reason to be red. You have a max risk per trade. If I'm green on the day, the most I risk is half of my realized gains. And then once I lose half of my realized gains, I can't make that another trade. I can't double that loss. I can't triple that on loss. I can't do certain things because there's a max risk on the day. That's why I stopped trading after 2 L's, because I lost a fuck ton on that. I said, dude, I just lost fucking two fucking L's, tripled on each fucking L, 100% loss on each fucking L, tripled my fucking loss on each L. I said, dude, I just lost a fuck ton of money here. I'm fucking out. Fuck that. That's why I walked the fuck away. There's nothing I could have done to pull me out of that fucking situation. Did I pick the right day to do it? Yes. It was the last day of the fucking week. We were up so fucking much, so I could afford to give back some fucking gains. And, it's much to do that on a Monday. Oh my God, to do that on Monday. Oh, that'd be fucking brutal, because then you're trying to dig yourself out of a fucking grave. And if you don't, you're going to lose more fucking money. At least I did it in a situation where the whole fucking week we crushed it. And we opened up with a 700% return on Tesla. So there's no reason to be fucking red, man. If we start off the day with 700%, I don't give a fuck. If we have 20 fucking losses on the same day after that, and we tripled the loss on every single, I don't give a fuck. If we're choosing to be degenerates, that's on fucking us. But your guys, that's your fucking choice. And again, don't go to fucking depths of hell with us, man. If you see we're having a day where we're just off, or we're just fucking up, pick up the cues, pick up the hints. I mean, the biggest tell, where if you didn't have to know, you don't have to know shit, is if you just have risk management. If you just have risk management, okay, we started off green, most we're risking is half the gains on the day. If they want to keep on losing and throw money in the fire, by all means, they can go to depths of hell, but I ain't going with them. I'm sticking to the system. You understand? The fuck? And there's different account sizes, man. We can afford to have more losses. We can afford to add to losers. We can afford to do shit because we have large fucking accounts. That's what comes with it. What comes with having a cushion is you can be a bit more of a degenerate. Small accounts are capped. They can't do much. They can't really add. They can't do shit. They, 3 to 5 trades on the day, one contract, add to a win, just one more contract, and that's about it. They can't do much. At least with them, since they can't do much, it's so fucking easy. It's so much fucking easier for them in that fucking sense. Like, how the fuck can they fuck up? All they have to do is buy one, add one, that's fucking it. What are they going to do? Buy one, add 10? Oh yeah, you're going to make 11 trades in one fucking trade. If it loses, blow up your account. Like, we're not doing that shit, man. Small accounts have it easy in terms of simplicity. When you have a large account, you have all the options in the world. You can fuck up more, you can make more mistakes, you can be more complex. But you need to understand, man, we're trading with large accounts. So if I'm saying triple and adding to a fucking L and you have a small account, do not fucking do that and avoid adding to losers. So like I said, man, shit happens. I'm gonna try my best to make sure that does not fucking happen again. I'm just glad that I picked it the right day to happen, man. Because if I'm fucking up on the right day to happen and people are being degenerates and they're just giving everything back, that's usually how it works too. Is they'll just choose to be a degenerate on the the easy. Like if I were to fuck up and make the worst mistakes, the best time to do it would be on a Friday because we're already green as fuck the entire week and we already started off the day with a 700% return on Tesla. But for some reason, there will still be a couple people who just throw risk management out the window, dude. They'll wake up to a big ass fucking spike of 1,000% on their fucking trade. And then they'll just be like, wow, I just made this in 2 minutes. Let me see if I could 10x it on the fucking day. And they'll just give it all back like it was fucking nothing. Like, what the actual fuck? We held that trade was held for over a day. And the results happened in 2 fucking minutes at market open, man. And then people will give it back as quickly as 2 minutes, man. Fucking degenerates, man. Fucking degenerates. Hate to fucking see that shit, man. I get it. I led a sense of direction where that could have happened, and I fucked up for that because I did lead a sense of direction where, yeah, people could have lost some money and people could have went green throughout the day. I took a role in leading that. However, everyone fucking knows, man, if they watch all the game plans, if they follow the system, if they listen to what the fuck we say, no matter fucking what, the most you fucking risk when you are green on the day is 25 to 50% of your realized fucking gains. No matter what the fuck we're doing, what the fuck we're saying, if you can't do something, if you can't take that next trade because you're going to go green to red, if you can't add there because you're going to go green to red, then don't fucking do it, man. Do not fucking do it. Nobody's holding a fucking gun to your fucking head, telling you to fucking do this shit. You guys need to have your risk management in fucking contact. It's the most important thing. If you want to thrive in the market and fucking stay here, you need to have your risk fucking management in fucking contact at all fucking times. The most important thing here is to have your emotions in fucking check and to be in motion with risk management at all fucking time, man. Of course, people are going to get fucking emotional and get fucking excited when they open up 1,000% on fucking Tesla. But if you're going to let that fucking give it all back in the next couple minutes, trying to fucking 10x that the same day, then you fucking deserve to fucking lose it, man. The fuck. So, Stop being deserving of fucking losing, because some of you fucking deserve it. You know, Friday, I fucking deserved it. You know, for all of you who took the fucking Tesla calls for fucking granted on that massive fucking pump and just gave it all back, you never deserved it in the first place. You deserve to fucking lose, man. Fuck. You're already up 1,000 fucking percent on the day's trade. And how the fuck can you still be deserving to fucking lose? Like, my fucking gosh, man. Some of you guys need to get your fucking shit together, man. So, with that being said, man, I'm going to leave it off at that. Join our fucking group. We're the fucking best. I'm coming back with fucking vengeance, man. I was very pissed off on what the fuck I did. I'm just glad that I cut that shit off early, man. I was fucking done within the first fucking hour. I see what I did wrong, and it happened so fucking quickly, and I lost the fuck ton so quickly. So I'm like, dude, I'm fucking done. I'm fucking out. First fucking hour, I'm fucking done. There is no fucking recovery on fucking Friday. Like, dude, recovery. People are opening up with 1,000% returns on fucking Tesla. And I'm over here being a fucking degenerate, losing on SPY calls twice, tripling my losses. Like, yeah, there's nothing left here. I've fucked up. I'm done for the day. I'll come back fucking better next week. You know, but still green as fuck for the week, which is what counts. You know, you have to make trading count. If you can't make trading if you can't make a trade count, if you can't make trading count, there's no purpose of you being within the market. You have to make this shit count, man. Make it fucking count. Every single week, make it fucking count. You know, risk management, withdrawing profits every single week. Make this shit count. If you have nothing to make it count for, you ain't gonna be counting shit. You ain't gonna be counting shit, man. You're gonna have nothing to fucking count. So make this shit count. Make it fucking worth it, man. The fuck. So, it's the first link down below in the description. If you guys want to trade alongside us, you get instant access to our real-time zero-day option trader system. You know, with that being said, I'm going to be signing off. I will see you guys within the chat. And just so you know, in terms of our system, it's cheap, low risk, zero-day options trades. We do not use stop losses. The most you risk is what you choose to put into the trade, right? And in that particular situation, you lose your max risk per trade. When someone sets a stop loss and they get stopped out, they lose their max risk per trade. With us, there is no stop loss. You don't use stop losses. Everything you put into the trade is your max risk per trade, right? If the contract expires, where of listing goes to zero, the most you lose is what you put in, right? So for example, this Tesla trade, we had a trade on Tesla, right? We had a trade for Tesla at 50 cents, and that was bought on Thursday. We held it overnight. It was down over like 90%, and it ended up opening up over 700% on fucking open. You know, if you bought towards the lows, it went up fucking 1,600% towards the previous day when we were down on that, right? And then you just sell the fucking play at open. It was so fucking simple. It was like the easiest day to be fucking green, man. People were fucking crying in fucking tears. They couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe that a play that was like one fucking cent went up fucking 1,600% the next day. It's like, dude, this shit happens all the time. This is why we never sell for losses. This is why we don't recommend selling for losses. But if you add to losers, you know, you're risking too much, so you might have to sell for a loss. That's why we don't recommend adding to losers as well. And also, if you add to losers, it puts you in a situation where you're at risk of losing more money, where you can just add to a winner instead, which is what we normally do. And then we set profit stops to ensure that we don't go green to red, you know, to ensure that we don't go green to red on the trade. If you add to a win instead of profit stop, it's impossible to go red. If you add to a win, you can double to triple your gains by doubling or tripling your position sizes. So that's what we do. We leave runners, and our profit targets on the contracts is in the money. We look to sell the contracts deep in the money for the biggest percentage gains within the market. Market's end up extremely bullish as of right now with the overall pattern. Look, man, get in on this. Look, you want to see what the market is? For those of you who stay to the end, look, I'll show you the pattern. Look at this. This is what the shit looks like. Small dip, strong rocket, small dip, strong rocket, small dip, stronger rocket, stronger rocket, sells off, bullish recovery. That's what it looks like if we gap the fuck up, and then it drops back down towards 650. So that's the fucking game plan, man. Use the confirmations, use the market opens for time, and look, we're going to crush it. You're going to want to be in here. You're going to love it, man. You're going to love the real-time zero-day options trade alert system. You're going to love trading alongside us. You're going to gain a lot of experience, man. It's unlimited win and limited fucking printing non-fucking stop. Is the first link down below within the description if you'd like to join us.